What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back, everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys had an awesome weekend, outstanding Sunday with your family. Um, you guys already know what this is. This is Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 2, Episode 5, Kick the Trick Out. I love it. I don't know. I just love it. I just think it's just the perfect amount of shade. I had to kick that trick out. Okay. Yes. Okay, so before we get going real good into the fun, you guys go ahead and if you are not already subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button down below. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. Also, give me a thumbs up. Lets me know you like my content. As well as comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought about the review, the episode, who's your favorite character, all that good stuff. Let's talk about it down below, okay? All right, so let's get started, you guys. This episode opens with Monique. Basically, Monique is going to have a backyard cookout, and she is at the event planners, and you know, she's got her cousin / assistant there helping her, you know, make some decisions about, you know, how she wants this backyard cookout to look. And they did a beautiful job with the backyard cookout. I love the centerpieces, that wood, that little slab of wood and flowers there, all beautifully done. Wasn't really a lot of people at her party. We're going to get into the party real good, but wasn't really a lot of people at the party. And I feel like she could have did that backyard without an event planner. I don't know that type of party needed an event planner. I just don't know. Just didn't seem like it was enough people. But we're going to talk about the party. She's got her cousin there, and she's talking with her cousin about all of the ladies. Everybody's cool. Everybody's great except for Gizelle. You know, and then she gives a spiel about, you know, what's going on with Gizelle. Okay, this is her cousin / assistant. When she talking to her girlfriend later on, when they, you know, cutting and chopping, because her and her husband, Chris and Monique, cooked all the food for the cookout. He did all the meat, she did all the sides. And so while she in the kitchen chopping and cooking, she talking to everybody, her assistant, the Caucasian young lady, and her good friend, I think her name Gigi. And she tell them about the ladies. All the ladies are great. All the ladies wild, except when we get to Gizelle. So now here are two other people you getting prepared to talk about. You getting them prepared to not like Gizelle. Like you showing Gizelle in a not unfavorable light. Okay. So, you know, that's the cookout. We're going to talk a little bit more about the cookout. Then we talk about Charrisse. Charrisse is ending her 19-year relationship with this organization she's been president of, or vice president of, or chair of, a basketball, football wives association. You know, that they do philanthropy work, and she's been the chair for that for 19 years. And I'm sure this is why she's known all over, you know, DC for her parties and things like that. And, you know, she's saying she's leaving the organization because she's not a wife anymore. So this is her build-up. This is her build-up. All of this stuff she's doing. She's planning a party. She's looking great. She's feeling good. She's laughing. She's kidding. She's got her best face on. And she's fucking cracking inside. Like, she is coming undone. This is not as easy as she thought it's going to be. And you can just kind of see it, like, all along, right? So, there's that. She goes over to friend Amber's house. Amber's house is where they're going to have this get together, this function. They're going to invite all these football players and all of this stuff. And Charrisse is the grand, you know, host of it all. Let me see Robyn and Ashley. You know, Ashley's restaurant is not doing great. It's just, I don't understand why they won't let this whole kangaroo meat. I mean, you can have kangaroo meat, but like that's not all you got. Like I mean, no. If somebody wants to try kangaroo meat, you should be able to pull kangaroo meat out, certainly, I guess. But change the menu. So that's the first thing that that Robyn tells Ashley when they sit down to meet. As you guys know, Robyn is in PR, and she's been doing some sideline work just to make some extra money. Um, and of course, she gives her all of these suggestions: change the menu, have some more specialty nights, capitalize on a lot of events that's coming in town. All really, really great, great advice and consultation. And then Ashley turns it to talking about Robyn and her relationship. Ashley needs to learn how to mind her business. Ashley needs to learn how to mind her business. I'm telling you. And this really, really is a sign of how young in the mind she really is, that she don't realize she talking out of fucking school all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, shut up. The girl has let you know it's not your concern. Don't worry about it. You don't broach that subject with your girl again. You just don't do it. Let it go. Be quiet. Hush. Don't talk about it. But oh no. So she keeps going on, and she's saying in the background, some people came into the restaurant, and, this is the confessional, and, they were talking a lot of mad stuff about Juan, and, she doesn't know how to tell Robyn. Oh, you just be quiet. You just be quiet. You just don't talk about it. You just don't. She's giving you all the signs to let you know that she doesn't want to face what's really happening in her own life. Why would you keep pushing it? Yes, she asked me. She said, somebody said Juan was cheating on me. Do you know anything about it? Have you heard anything? What do you think about this? I'd be like, well, girl, I didn't know how to tell you. I'm going to be honest with you. I've heard some stuff here in my restaurant. But other than that, why are you pushing it? I'm sorry. I done got on my soapbox. Oh, that it bugs me. It really bugs me. She knows something. Robyn is annoyed. Let's move on. Karen and her sister, let's just wrap Karen's whole storyline up right now. Karen and her sister are together. Her sister Bridget seems very, very delightful. She is definitely in control because she is taking care of the parents in Karen's stead, and her mom's 70th birthday is coming up. As you guys remember from last season, Karen's mom had early on stage dementia, so now she should have be in full dementia mode. So it's a 70th birthday. They go and pick out a cake. It's a cute little moment, but it's boring. Karen's life is boring. It doesn't matter how she tries to spruce it up. She's boring. I will say this. The chemistry between her and her sister Bridget, I could do a little bit more of that. Just a little hint, a soupçon more of that. And then they show them going to dinner and bringing mom in. Mom was very cute, and she was giving it to Karen. She told Karen she was mean, and she was pushing. She was always selfish and wanted stuff for herself. And the mama said that that Karen's husband Ray, who, oh my gosh, he really is looking more and more like a papa, like a pap, a paw. I mean, when he walked into Monique's barbecue and he had those khaki pants on, he had that gigantic wallet in his back pocket. I mean, it looked like an extra booty on that. And you ever seen like deacons of the church have all them receipts and everything in their wallet? They wallet be, and they be off balance a little bit, He walked in that door. I was like, oh, look at that wallet in his back pocket. I bet you if I see the white Bill Gates right now, I bet you he don't have no giant wallet in his pocket. Oh, but anyway, the mama said that Ray is older than her and she's 70. I said, oh, that is so shady. So yeah, that's it for Karen. Karen is boring. I'm sorry. She is boring. I hope we're not going to wait till the end of the season to start talking about this whole house bull crap. Like, I need this to move forward. Okay, let's go to Charrisse's event. We get to see everybody. Juan is there with Robyn, and Chris and Monique Samuels is there. Of course, Charrisse has a whole host of other celebrity ball players there. The wonderful woman's Amber home that she's visiting with. It's all very beautiful. And every time Charrisse talks to someone, she seems like she's working this conversation one way or another about her divorce, about her not, she seems like she's trying to overly share it to seem like she's okay with it. But it's really the fucking unraveling. Like, she's unraveling, okay? Really, she's unraveling. So she, then we cut to Monique and Chris. No, we cut to Monique talking to Karen at Charrisse's event, talking to Robyn at Charrisse's event. And she is talking on, I mean, Monique is a chatterbox. She can go on. And I think it's because she's with children all day. It has to be that she is with children all day. She spends a lot of time trying to prove who she is. Trying to validate it. I don't know. It's, I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. So Robyn was like, I feel dizzy. Like, she was talking her to sleep. Okay, so later on we see Monique and Chris and Juan and Robyn sitting at the table, and they talking again, and she is chattering away again, and she's intrusive. She wants to know. I mean, she wasn't intrusive, I guess. She said, if you don't mind me asking, do you think you guys could ever put it back together? And so they didn't know what to say. Juan said some little offhanded comment. I was just like, if you guys don't ever separate, if you're never apart, then how will you know that you can do it? Like, I don't understand. You're already divorced. Anyway, again, she wants people to kind of mind their own business. Then we go back to Charrisse. Charrisse is at the steps. It's a beautiful crowd down at the bottom, and she goes to give this speech, and she begins to unravel. She begins to spiral into this last name, second name, first name, dropping the last name, Mary Susan Jackson, instead of Mary Susan Jackson Paul, Cha, she just started going into this name thing. It was so awkward. It was so off-putting. It was so obvious. And I think, she was feeling bad about it, and she was thinking about it, and she's just thinking about everything that's going on, and it's just coming down on her, and she just came undone. So later on, we see that she is not right away at Monique's barbecue. But let's talk about Gizelle and Robyn. Gizelle and Robyn get together, and they talk about Charrisse's get together and how Charrisse went on and on and on and started talking about her day. She said she just felt so bad for her, and they kidded about Monique being a talker. Like, she loves to talk. So they mentioned, a little bit more about Charrisse, and divorce is hard, and she doesn't. Gizelle said, I went through it. It's horrible, and I feel for her. I feel for what she's going through right now. So that was a good moment. We see Monique once again going over the guest list, and she is dragging Gizelle again. So finally we get to the party. Like I said, Ray and Karen arrived. Ray, Karen, and his wallet arrived. And then Gizelle arrived with Kyle. And to me, everywhere she goes with Kyle, she gets kicked out. I don't understand why she keep around with Kyle. Kyle does not know how to calm her down, and she doesn't know how to shut him up. Like, when they come together to be rude as hell. Okay, and if she wants to have any respect within her circle, she gonna have to start going alone and not bringing her hairdresser, because he is not he's not a good balance for her. And let's see who else. So then we see Robyn and Juan. So second event in 1 week that her and Juan have gone to together. Immediately they're there, and she's saying, well, where is Charrisse? Everybody's asking where Charrisse is. And Monique says, well, let me get my phone. Let me try to call her. I need to find my phone. And she said, what Gizelle said, why don't you call her tomorrow? And Charrisse is like, well, I mean, I could call her tonight. I mean, I could call her. I was going to think about calling her right now. She said, why don't you call her tomorrow? She said, I don't know what's going on. I'm not saying anything's going on. I'm saying you should call her tomorrow. You know, and I was just like, Gizelle, just say, you know, she's going through some things right now and she just needs a little time to herself. You know, I think just whatever. I mean, but you really didn't have to tell her what to do. Like, let the girl do whatever she gonna do. Like, you didn't have to get in trouble. And Gizelle came in. She had this cape on. I've seen that cape before. I've seen her wear that cape before. And she doesn't take the cape off. She really hardly puts her purse down. She puts it down once, because I remember her reaching for it. But for the most part, she stood there in that kitchen like she was ready to leave at any moment. You know, she never went back outside and engaged with Ray and Karen and Robyn and Juan. She never did that. She stayed in the kitchen with Kyle, and after they ate, they stood in the kitchen while other people were eating and noshing and hanging around the food area, and they talked about how much Monique talks. Now, they may have also said what a beautiful home and what a beautiful spread. They may have all said all of that. What we heard them whispering about was her being a faucet that is turned on and never turned off. That's what we heard, okay? So this is what her friend Gigi was responding to. Gigi tells Monique, you know, a little bit later on, after she hears the whispering, she tells Monique, I mean, you know, we were talking about whispering. So Monique was like, whispering? What are people whispering about? What are we talking about? And, you know, first of all, Gigi had already confronted Gizelle and Kyle to their face before Monique came in. And they, you know, tried to back her down, but she wouldn't back down. Okay, so when Monique came in and they started talking about whispers, who's whispering, what's going on, Gizelle and her friend just lied. They just lied. Maybe they didn't lie. Maybe that's what they said in addition to saying she's a faucet, but they only told the side that didn't include the faucet. All right, so you trying to play Gigi out like she a fool and like she an idiot when you completely and totally in the wrong. Like, you on camera whispering, you in the wrong. So, you know, in walks Ashley. Her and her husband Michael arrive, and they're in the kitchen eating, and Gizelle is done eating. There Ashley is. She's standing there and she's talking to her while she's eating about Robyn and saying that, where's Robyn? I heard that Robyn, you know, she tells her that she heard that Juan is cheating on Robyn. So Gizelle's like, wait, what? No, don't talk about that now. Because Monique was right there. I think she was absolutely right to kill that conversation until they could talk in private. I think, again, Ashley's youth. Why would you bring that up right there at dinner? Like, was it burning a hole in your throat? Like, how old are you? Anyway, Monique gets up and walks off, and Gizelle says, good, since, I don't know what she said, all mouth. She makes a comment about her being a talk-a-lot. Good, you know, the talk-a-lot is gone. And the assistant overhears it, the Caucasian girl. She goes outside and she tells it, of course, because they all team Monique, as they should be, I guess. But Monique comes right inside and was like, okay, so you want to Miss Talk-a-lot on what? and it was just this big thing that ended up with Monique telling Gizelle she can leave. You don't seem like you want to be here. You don't, you know, she told her, don't disrespect me in my home. Don't, I can talk in my home. I can stand wherever I want in my home. You don't disrespect me. I was trying to have a private conversation with her. I was trying to have a private conversation with Ashley. This is what Gizelle said. It's not the point, really, Gizelle. Not the point at all. Not the point at all. You could have said, let's talk about this later and just let that die and move on to something else, okay? But no. And when the girl confronts you, you act indignant. You always act so indignant about things. So finally, she just tells Gizelle, you don't seem like you want to be here, so you can leave. And when she goes out and tells her husband say, well, get on up out of here then. I was like, go give me one of them, Chris. He said, I stand by my woman. Go get them up out of here then. Get them up out of here. They don't want to be here. Get them up out of here. Of course, Gizelle is leaving, and she's talking about the taste of the food, and it was tasteless, and maybe she'll stop and get her some KFC and all this crazy stuff. And Kyle and Ashley and Robyn goes out first to talk to Gizelle before she leaves, and Gizelle immediately tells her what Ashley told her about Juan. And she was, you could see in her face, she was just like, what the hell? Ashley walks up and Robyn says, I heard you had some things you wanted to say. And she said, well, yeah, I heard that Juan has been cheating. She was like, yeah, we're not married. We're divorced. He can do whatever he wants to do. So before they could talk really good, up walks Shasha, okay, and Charrisse. And Shasha and Charrisse both were very, very sad. Very, very sad. It was all she could do to hold it together, and then she just broke down. She just broke down and fell into Robyn's arms. She said, I tried to be strong. I'm like, girl, you got to get it out. You got to get it out. You got to get it all out of you, baby. You got to find a way to get it out. Release all of that pressure and that pain. You know what I'm saying? And go on and live your best life. But you got to mourn first. With the death of anything, you got to mourn. Okay, it's important. Anyway, so all of this happens. Meantime, out comes Monique from the house. And she's saying, hey, what's going on, you guys? And, I think it was Ashley that made up some bull crap thing about what was going on, because this was in the middle of Charrisse's thing too. And Monique says, no, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not about the BS. Tell me what's going on right here, right now. What are we talking about? What's happening? Okay. All I could do was admire that. You guys, that is it. That is the extent of Real Housewives of Potomac. It was a little better than it was last week. I enjoyed all of that kitchen banter back and forth. I feel really, really bad about what's happening with Charrisse. Again, this season, she seems to have the most authentic storyline, even though she started out being real cold and frigid and stuck up. She has turned out to be probably the most transparent and the most vulnerable on the show. This is the second season, in my opinion, that Charrisse has knocked it out the box in terms of being transparent and authentic. Karen, I just don't know what's going on with Karen. I mean, I find her to be utterly a bore. She is a horrible bore, to put it in Potomac Wives terms. So I don't know about that. I hopefully this house story is as juicy as they're putting on. And I'm waiting to see somebody put Ashley in her place for talking too much. That's really only way she gonna learn how to hold her tongue and to watch what she say is if she start being checked. I am all for checking when applied in the right manner. And this situation with Ashley talking too much and not minding her business requires her to be continually checked until she learns better. Okay. Let's see what else. Oh, Gizelle. I don't know why Gizelle wouldn't bring Karen. Why you bring this guy? You brought this guy, Kyle, because you wanted you wanted to pick this girl apart. You wanted to be rude and mean and nasty in her home, and that's who you brought. You brought somebody who was gonna be mean and nasty and rude with you, that would get down in that mud with you and do some old crazy stuff like that. That's why you didn't bring Kevin. That's why you didn't bring Kevin, because he's a real man. He's about his own business. All right, he wouldn't even participated in that. Ashley. Oh, okay, you guys, that is it for the Real Housewives of Potomac. Let me know how you enjoyed this episode. What do you guys think about Karen? Do you guys think she's boring? What do you guys think about Charrisse and how her storyline is playing out? This is only the 5th episode, but if you saw season 1, you have to agree, I think, that she has been one of the most transparent and authentic characters on this show outside of Robyn, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think down below, okay? And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And until next Sunday, you guys,